All right, welcome to John Adams Academy. We're very happy to have you.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, this will be fun. It'll be great. All right, questions?
So what will I be teaching the first week?
Okay, first week kindergarten, we're going to pretty much focus on getting them, holding them and loving them and not, and taking their fears away, because they're going to be most of them will be nervous and sad to leave mom and dad. We have a lot of kids that come from homeschool, a lot of kids that haven't gone to preschool, so that's going to be a big thing. Okay. So the first week is going to have to be pretty flexible in kindergarten, because we're going to need to just make sure that everyone's feeling loved and safe and things like that. We'll definitely focus on, like taking a tour of the school and going over routines. So you and I both will, and our aide will be going through routines and things like that for the first week. We have a couple activities with the book. The one with Chester Raccoon. Why can't I see it? Anyway, the Kissing Hand. It's right there. Oh. And have you read The Kissing Hand?
I think so.
Yeah, it's a story of the little boy who, a little raccoon who goes to school for the first time and says goodbye to the mom. So we'll be doing some activities with that, and just focusing on getting the classroom year started.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So what are your expectations and routines in the classroom?
Expectations for the scholars, for the kids?
For me.
For you, oh, okay. Basically, to get to know the kids, get to know the parents, and to, by the end of your student teaching, kind of, be the teacher.
Wonderful.
Maybe starting out with things like reading stories and, leading lines and observing. Obviously, you're going to want to kind of watch and get the feel for who is who and what we're doing and where we're going. But really, starting out as you're comfortable doing it, easing yourself into our daily routines and our daily plans, and reading with them, maybe and start small group instruction and then whole group instruction, and so just building up to be the teacher.
Wonderful.
That's what I want, what I think is important. Yeah. And then you said, expectations and routines.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
We have set routines, so we'll go through, but if there are things that you think would work better, we'll talk about it and change it, fix it, and things like that.
Wonderful. What are the learning standards, units, and objectives that we'll be going over the first week?
First week, like I said, it's going to be mostly procedure, so it's going to be a lot of getting to know you. Yeah. So a lot of the standards that will be met are, the listening and speaking standards, things like that. Having them talk and tell about themselves, share with each other, establishing those kind of routines. And then, so we're going to do Chester the Raccoon kind of the first couple of days, and then we'll move into Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, which is alphabet, kind of introducing the alphabet in kindergarten, and then moving into Brown Bear. So those two pieces of a modern classic, I guess you could call them, will be in the first couple weeks. Chester Raccoon and The Kissing Hand will be the first week, and then those are the kind of the pieces of literature we're going to do, and then we'll start. This year we have brand new programs to teach as well. Kindergarten seems to be getting more academic, so we're starting with Saxon Math, Riggs Phonics program, Writer's Workshop for writing, and Core Knowledge for social studies and science. And so we're going to have to apply everything that you're doing also to our 4 programs. Yeah. The topics that are in there, the standards that are in there, the objectives that are in there, and learn those. And I'm going to be learning it right there with you, so we'll be doing it together. And then we'll learn those, and we'll apply those to class.
Okay, wonderful. What are some of the students' needs, and what type of differentiation will you be using for those different needs?
Well, they definitely come in various abilities. We tested them before already. Okay. A couple scholars who weren't here for summer will need to assess when they come in. But we do another new program, a computer program for all the assessments. Okay. And so we've already tested most of them, so I can see where they are before they start. Okay. So we'll be doing small group instruction, pretty close to maybe into 1 or 2 weeks. and we'll differentiate those groups in, the scholars that know their alphabet will be together, the scholars that don't know any letters will be together, the scholars that can blend and segment words will be together, so we can meet their needs that way.
Okay.
Also, since there'll be you and myself, and there'll be a full-time aide and a full-time, my partner teacher,
Right.
there'll be 4
Yeah.
credentialed people or qualified people. We're also going to pull one-on-one to do RTI intervention
Okay.
for those scholars who need it. So we'll be doing that as well. And so we just kind of see where they are, and then we'll meet their needs where they are and keep going with that.
Yay.
Yeah,
That's
it'll
so
be
good.
great.
Okay, so how will we be using the rubrics?
Right here. Well, I definitely will need to use them for any kind of informal or formal evaluation. But looking at them, this is just really good teaching. And so I think that maybe you and I can discuss, maybe once a week we meet, and we go over some of these, proficient and outstanding qualifications here in the
Okay.
columns to see if we're all doing
Where-
them. You know what I mean? See where, that's my goal as well. I want a student teacher to improve myself as well. I always take advantage of that. So I think, meeting and talking about the different rubrics and the different columns and where you feel you're at, where I see you're at, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Where do you see that I need to improve, and where do you see that, you're learning from me, and things like that. I think that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
And I think definitely, obviously, we'll use them for the different evaluations that we need to do. But I think it'll be important to do that, talk about them weekly.
Yeah. That'll be great. Okay.
That's okay.
What would be the most helpful thing for me to do during the first week of school?
Definitely observe.
Okay.
Definitely, I think almost like, following,
Yeah.
you and I will kind of be a partner or a pair, Kate and you, and the aide is new as well.
Okay.
So she'll be learning as well, along with you and with us. So I think really observing and just kind of taking note of the basic routines.
Okay.
How do we move from here to there? What do we do when we have to go to the bathroom? Things like that.
Yeah.
And then definitely jumping in when scholars need, assistance and things like that. Definitely. I would love for you to start by reading stories to the kids.
Okay.
I think first week, I think that would be a great
Yeah.
way to just jump right in. I think if you only sit back and observe, it builds that anticipation of getting up there. But if you just get in there and do it,
Yeah.
then I think that's a better way to do it. So definitely observing and jumping into some whole group stories maybe, and just working with the kids, monitoring the kids.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. And how would you like me to address classroom management?
Marshall's book. Discipline Without Stress, Punishments, or Rewards. I would love to read, both of us, to
Okay.
refresh myself. Chapter 3
Chapter 3.
talks about the different levels of behavior. So just pointing out to scholars what kind of level of behavior you're seeing, whether it's not good or good. You see someone showing a level of D behavior, which is democracy, and pointing that out to the small group of scholars that are working together. Wow, I really see that you're working together, and that you are, showing, a wonderful example to others by your, giving and caring attitude or whatever it is.
Right.
Pointing that out. So definitely reading that and knowing the levels. That way you can jump right in and point out those levels to the scholars.
Yeah. And positive reinforcement.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your
Oh, you're
time.
welcome. No problem. It's
And
been
I'm
fun.
it has been. And I'm super excited. I can't wait for kindergarten.
Yeah, you're so much fun. It's a great thing. It's a great year.
Yeah. It's so funny too.